All right, welcome back. This is going to be hopefully our final video. In this video we're going to be covering a combination of setting up the backside operation and post processing both setups for this final activity. If you notice, our first setup is going to be right here on the face. This is our XYZ0. Our next XYZ0 is going to be the backside facing down behind the part. And we're going to do that by going to setup, and we're not going to do box point. We're going to do model or stock box point. We're going to go to model box point. We're going to go, the box point we're going to select is going to be right here. The complication is our Z axis is facing the wrong way, so we could try maybe flipping it. One thing you could do is you could try flipping it and flipping X, and right now it is flipped the correct way. This is one option to quickly reorient your WCS just by touching the arrows. I'm left clicking the arrow and left clicking the arrow to just kind of move things around. If I go down here to box point, I have all of my everything lined up. I'm not sure if we're going to come back in and select a Z face and an X face, but right now it looks like everything's happy. There's a possibility we may need to do that. Over here in stock, we're going to flip from relative size to fixed size. So we can type in an actual distance. And that's going to mirror our distance over here. So 3.5 inches is about exactly what we have here. We're going to cut the material 3.625 for this activity. So we have a little bit more material to cut out. And it'll match what we had over there. We have a 1/2 inch for our height, and then 2.5 on our Y. I believe it was 3 inches. Hopefully it is 3 inches on the other one. Otherwise, we have to go back and make some minor adjustments on the other bit of material. But we do have 3-inch stock. It's not 2.5-inch stock. We're going to go ahead and select OK. And while I'm thinking about that, we're also going to go over here and right-click and edit this one and just double-check the stock is at 3. So the Y-axis here is not 3.0. So we're going to need to update that here too. And all of a sudden, all of our toolpaths appear to have gone bad. They're actually not bad. You just need to highlight all your toolpaths, generate, and they will update automatically. So as you can notice, we kind of added. The only thing I really noticed that really changed here is this adaptive. So the adaptive clearing is going to do a little bit, take a couple more passes to clean things up, but it's going to add some more time. But the material is 3 inches, so that's what we have to work with. So here on this setup, we're going to minimize this one. We're going to come back over here, edit it, go back and edit. It looks like we're good. Stock is now set up. Post process. I believe my last post process was 44, so I'm going to go 45. Program comment is this is put your name, O-ring. I'm not sure if you can do dashes, so I'm going to do ring, O-ring, wallet, backside, okay, or bottom side, or however you want to call it. WCS is going to be number 3. Again, we're going to select OK. And now we have our WCS set up exactly where we need it to be set up. And we are going to go ahead and be ready to manufacture our parts. So do our toolpath. So Z is this one. The Z is on the front face in the first quadrant, on the back face in the first quadrant. And it is on the first quadrant if you kind of rotate things and click on the back side. This is the first quadrant. So now we're going to go ahead and continue doing our toolpaths. We're going to go over to a facing operation, which is right here at the top. What are we going to face? Well, we're going to switch to a tool number 2. Select OK. Disable the coolant. Passes, pass extension 0.45. Stock offset. I believe we need to change that. The step over is 0.25. Select OK. Let's just see what this looks like. I forgot to go ahead, right click, edit. We also need to do not both ways, but climb milling. Otherwise, material could come flying out, or we might break a tool. Come flying out of the machine or break a tool, so we do need to be on climb milling. This will take care of 100% of all the material we need to cut off. And the material might be all finished up after this pass here, so we may even need to go up there, but that's not going to make much of a difference at this point in time. Right now, we're going to go ahead and hit Control S for a save, hit OK. And we can go ahead and start our post-process procedure. So it's just updating up here now, saved. And now you're going to go ahead and you're going to click, right click, and post process. And I'm doing this on setup number 2. I'm going to minimize this just so you don't get confused. I'm on the setup here, post process, and everything should be saved, but if it isn't, things are going to need to change. Right here, you're going to need to change it to HOS pre-NGC -NGC /HOS. Over here, we're going to need to go to your CNC programming under your H drive under SIM, under CNC programming projects, hit open. Over here, program number 44, I do believe it was 44. It might be 40. Oh, this one was 44. The next one's 45. Sullivan O-ring wallet. I'm going to say front side, inches, and then we're going to scroll down here, make sure preload tool is no. This has to be no. And go ahead and select post. And it's going to go ahead and we're going to call it Sullivan O-ring, or please call it your name, O-ring wallet, front side. Save. If you haven't already opened up Inventor and HSM, please do so. I have some previous projects over here. I'm going to go ahead and close them out. Do not need them. You should have nothing open, possibly, on your thing. You go over to Editor, go to Open, and you're going to have your O-ring wallet. Hit Open. Go to Backplot. Make sure you're on ISO milling on both Editor and Backplot, ISO milling, Backplot, ISO milling, Backplot window, and take a look at what you have made so far. So kind of rotate things around. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any real issues. Everything looks really good. Things I'm just inspecting right now is we have our WCS is in the first quadrant. We have the Bears logo. We have all these features being milled out. Nothing here is really going down very far. You see a negative 0.156 is our farthest negative value. So I think everything's looking really, 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 really good for what we have. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. Everything looks excellent. So you can go ahead and flip back over to our Fusion. We can now do another post process here. I'm going to go through this also. Again, it's the HOS in parentheses pre-NGC in parentheses /HOS. We're going to be saving the H drive. Again, click here. Program 44. This is the O-ring backside. Put your name there, so inches, and scroll down. Make sure preload tool is no. You have to make sure all the parameters here are set. If they're not set, it will not machine. Hit post, and you're going to go ahead and I'm going to click on this. This is not the front side. This is the back side, and this is program 45. So I'll hit save, and I'm going to flip over to here. I'm going to go to editor, click on open, and choose 45. Hit open again, and go over to backplot. Make sure the editor is in milling. It should be, and this is milling backplot, and this is what your the backside of your program is going to end up looking like. And everything looks great. Flip between these two and make sure you got everything in there. Make sure you have the loops, the holes, the drilling, the engraving that you want, whatever are the details. You can add more details in here if you wanted to in this Fusion activity. You're not limited to just one tracing operation. You could do 5 or 6 tracing operations. Go get crazy. And that is the entire O-ring project for the, I'm going to hit the front side so you can better see this, for the manufacturing processes for this wallet. So you're now ready to take it over to the CNC machine, save your files over to the iDrive. So make sure that you go to your H drive, into your SIM folder, and your programming projects, and you move your files into the iDrive under students, under save work, under Sullivan, and under SIM 2018 projects. And I'm going to make a new folder here called wallets 2018 milling. Please save it in this folder and populate this folder with all your wallet G&M codes, and you could do so by dragging and dropping in your activities. So CNC projects, all of your whatever project you have, you can go ahead and drag and drop into that folder. Thank you for viewing, and hope you enjoyed.